What are the blessings that you have found over these last few years, over the last 6 years now from when you were diagnosed?
When I was diagnosed, one of the things that happened is I was reading the Bible, and I wanted to find a verse that could help me apply what, Lord, if you gave this to me, you gave it to me for a reason.
Okay.
You didn't just, I was going to get this.
Mm-hmm.
And in reading, I came up with John 9, 1-3. And it says, while Jesus was walking, he saw a man who had been blind since the time he was born. Jesus' followers asked him, Teacher, why was this man born blind? Whose sin made it happen? Was it his own or that of his parents? Jesus answered, it was not any sin of this man or of his parents that caused him to be blind. He was born blind, so that he could be used to show what great things God can do. I was given this Parkinson's. I'm not a public speaker. That's the last thing I could do is stand up in front of a crowd. But I can tell you that Parkinson's, it made me slow down, made me enjoy my grandkids even more, even though they're only 2 years, 3 years old at the oldest. But my daughter says she hates this disease because she's seeing me become apathetic and losing interest. And I haven't lost interest. It's just I don't express it the way that I used to.
Okay.
And that's another one of the symptoms of Parkinson's is apathy and anxiety. With Parkinson's, there's motor and non-motor skills. So it's kind of like what you see and what you don't see.
Yep.
And what you looking at me as some of the things that you don't see are neural fatigue, dizziness, apathy, anxiety, sleep disorders, bladder urgency, swallowing, loss of smell, depression, cognitive problems, a lot of cognitive problems, and pain. As I said before, no two Parkinson's patients have the same symptoms at all.
Yeah.
One of my main symptoms is pain, joint pain.
Okay.
My back, my hips, my knees, and my ankles.
Okay.
And I constantly have been having shots in my ankles, which last about a month.
Okay.
And the doctors want to try Botox, which amazes me. I'm gonna get this fancy medicine put right into my knees and my ankles, and will it help? I hope so. I think, Lord, please let something help all this pain.
Yeah.
And some of the ones that you can see, some of the symptoms are postural instability. Like I lose my balance a lot. I fall. And I've got these shirts, one shirt at home that says, I'm not falling. This is Parkinson's aerobics. And another, like this one I've got on, I'm in it for the handicap parking permit.
That's hilarious. And we'll take a photo of this for the thumbnail because this is just fantastic.
And I've got another one that says, I've got Parkinson's, yes or no. And it's kind of like you're scribbling in between the yes and the no. There's tremors and slowness of movement. I was getting ready to come here today, and what would normally take like when I was working at Gordon Food Service, I had to be to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. And driving from Newego to 44th Street every day, you needed an hour to get there.
Okay.
And I'd get up a half an hour before I had to go, be and I packed my lunch and all that before the night before, but I'd be in the truck, ready to go, and leaving the house at 4 o'clock. And I'd be at work by 5:02. Yeah, on a good morning, real good, nice morning, 10 minutes to.
Yeah.
And now, if I tried to get up and leave in a half an hour, forget it. It ain't going to happen because it takes an hour for me to get ready to go. I feel like I'm moving 100 miles an hour
Yeah.
and I'm moving 5.
Right.
That's just putting my socks on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just all these symptoms that people don't know about
Mm-hmm.
are the ones that hurt the worst.
How, during especially these difficult moments when you've experienced like the pain and things that people can't see, right?
Yeah.
What has kept you going and what has kept you carrying on as you have gone through these last few years?
I would be lying to you if I didn't tell you that suicide was a very good out.
Really?
But suicide doesn't solve anything.
Mm-mm.
It makes things worse for the people that you leave behind.
Absolutely.
And I could not do that to my wife and my grandchildren especially.
Mm-hmm.
My grandkids are everything. My daughter says, like, I ask her, what this disease has meant to her. I do love you. I would say that watching the man who raised me, who worked so hard his whole life, who taught me how to work, and who always told me, if you don't do it right the first time, when are you going to find time to do it the second time? Who was always laughing and goofy, becomes someone so monotone, so melancholy, has been one of the harder things in my life. I don't see it. And she says, you may not see it in your mind, but I do. She sees it every day, every time I go over to my grandson.
Right.
And Aspen is my buddy. It's funny because Cindy, my wife, will be talking to Aspen on the phone. Mm-hmm. And Aspen calls Cindy Mama and his mom, Mommy.
Okay.
So it's Mama and Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll stop talking to Mama and be going across the room doing something else. And then hey, bud. And he'll do a 180 and come right back to the phone. And he won't do it for anybody else, but he'll come right back to the phone for me.
That's awesome.
And I can't do that. Number one,
yeah,
God's got this all in His timing, not me.
Yeah.
I could go home today and not be thinking about suicide and run into a tree. And that's it. God's chosen to call me home in a way. I don't know, and it's not up to me when to make that decision. That's God's decision.
Right.
What was the question again?
The question was, what has helped you carry on and get through?
The Bible.
The Bible?
Yep. It never fails that when I read something that I've read again and again and again, I can still read it again and find a completely different, new and encouraging way that, well, I didn't see that before.
Yeah.
Why? That's so simple. Why didn't I see that?
Yeah.
The Apostle Paul, he said he had a thorn in the flesh that he wanted God to remove for so many years. God, please. God said, no. Well, I've got Parkinson's. Lord, please. No. You've got it for a reason. I may not know what it is, but the pastor that counseled my wife and I, he had on his wall in his office was a needlepoint. And if you look at a needlepoint from the back, it's strings and colors, and it makes no sense. And I asked him, I said, Pastor, why is that picture, why haven't you got that facing out? He said, well, this is what we see from life. And then he turned around, and it was a picture of a cabin in the mountains. He said, this is what God sees when we get to heaven. This is what we'll see. We see here on earth, we see the backside of it with all these loose strings and colors going everywhere and makes no sense. But then you turn it around, and when you get to heaven, that's what you'll see. And when I get to heaven, I can see this whole body and these scars and all that. But when I get to heaven, it'll all make sense.
Yeah. Wow. I can attest to reading scripture, and in the same way that no single day is exactly the same, and we grow and we change.
Yeah.
our viewpoints and our perspectives change too, and our viewpoint of God and our understanding of who He is changes as well with that.
Yeah.
And it provides fresh insight, and it provides fresh encouragement when we most need it, right?
Yeah.
I was just thinking yesterday, actually, you were talking about white-tailed deer, right?
Yeah.
The psalmist saying, "As the deer panteth for the water,"
Yeah.
right? And
So
we
my soul.
live it, yeah. So my soul longs for you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we live in a state which has plenty of deer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
A lot of deer,
too
too
much.
many, right?
Yeah.
But we all, whether we have religious beliefs or not, we all have a longing and a desire for something more and something greater.
Very much so.
And I believe that's a heart thing that we have all inbuilt in us, right?
Yeah.
We can earn as millions of dollars if we want, but we see those that are filthy rich, they don't have the same satisfaction.
It's not
right?
going to be.
It's
they're
not
not
that.
happy.
We are ultimately looking for our creator. We're ultimately looking for our purpose and meaning in this life. And it brings me such joy that you have found things that you enjoy, such as woodworking, and this opportunity to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Talking about things like suicide is not a common topic.
No.
Even now, I mean, with a lot of mental health talk, thankfully things are opening up now. People are being more open about talking about anxiety and talking about depression and all of that. But on the end of that spectrum is worst case scenario stuff, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, as you said, it does not solve anything.
Yeah.
It ends, and I feel so sorry for the individuals whose headspace, right, is so far gone where that's all they can think about. And I've had friends that have passed away. They've self-transitioned. But you matter. And I want to encourage you with that. You matter, your life matters, and your loved ones, the people in this town, all the people that you have touched. You get a chance to share your life story and testimony here, and this will go around the world, which is awesome. And I'm encouraged for that. But like all of us, we matter to the ones that love us, right?
Yes, very much so.
And they love and care for us. And I'm glad that, you have Cindy, you have Adam, you have your daughter, and all the grandkids as well that are around you.
Well, and one other thing I want to say too is I had the same pastor told me that for you to die, God does not need to take your life for you to die. He can just stop giving it. Each one of us, God gives us a life. Whether I firmly believe, whether you're a Christian or not, we're only on this earth because God allows it. And He doesn't have to take your life. That's how it is. God doesn't have to take your life for you to stop living. He can just quit giving it. Every day He can quit giving it at any time. And you think about that. Corewell Health, I get a kick out of them every time. Every time we go in there, are you thinking about suicide? Or you had any of these? Well, yeah, I have, but you know what? I got too much to live for. I got 3 grandkids, and I ain't going no place that I know of in the near future.
Yeah,
it's not happening here. So
that is good to hear. That is really, really good to hear. So looking ahead, right? And we can't look too far ahead. We don't know what's around the corner or what the next day brings. But what are you excited about? What encourages you? What excites